Hey guys, 50th vlog of the year. It's Childhood Story Monday, so today's another childhood story. And this one is actually going to be a little embarrassing. Actually, some of the previous childhood stories were kind of embarrassing, but this one's going to be embarrassing. I don't know why I'm telling you guys. Whatever. I did a vlog a couple weeks ago about girls and relationships I've had in my childhood, pre-18. And there are some things I neglected to mention. There were a lot of girls that I did not date that I was really creepy with. But I just thought of it as being sweet, but I was legitimately creepy. So I'm going to tell you about those now. Okay, so let's see. Most of them take place between the ages of 13 and 15, so I feel like it's not as bad as it may sound if I was older. But I was homeschooled, so I didn't have many friends that were girls. But the ones that like actual friends, I knew lots of girls, but they weren't like my friends, and I liked a lot of them at one point or another. And to demonstrate my caring, I did some weird stuff. There was this one girl. Her name was well, I'll change her name. Her name was Carrie, and it's not her real name, of course. And I never met her. I never met her. The only reason I knew her was because she was best friends with this girl that I actually knew. And the only time we ever talked was on AIM, but I thought we talked a lot, and I considered her a friend, but I don't think she considered me one of her friends. But I was like, she is one of my friends, and so I'm going to be nicer. And I didn't like her. I didn't like her or anything, but I was like, I'm going to do things that friends do for each other. And I took birthdays very seriously. So I called her on the phone a couple times just now and then and be like, hey, what's up? And she would talk to me. She wasn't like weirded out or anything, but I would be surprised if this didn't weird her out. So I called her on her birthday one time. I can't remember when it was. I usually remember stuff like that. But I called her home phone, and I got the answering machine. Now, what I should have done is just hung up the phone. But instead, I decided to leave a message. And not just any message, a happy birthday message. And not just any happy birthday message, I decided to sing happy birthday to her. Now, you guys have never heard me sing, but I suck. Anyway, but that's not the point. The point is, I sang happy birthday to her. The whole thing, not just like an abbreviated version, like happy birthday to you, like all the way through. And I sang it. It was going off in the answering machine as her family was walking in the door from going to get groceries. So just imagine that for a second. You're this girl, and you're walking into your house with your family, and there's some weirdo singing happy birthday to you on the answering machine. And her dad picked up the phone, and he was like, oh, hey, who is this? And I was like, I'm John. I'm friends with Carrie, And he was like, oh, well, here, let me get you. We just walked in from getting groceries, but here you go, like he handed out the phone. And like at the time I was like, yeah, oh, sure. And then she was like, hey, and I was like, yeah, what's up, happy birthday. She was like, yeah, thanks, okay, bye, And looking back now, I'm like, I can't believe I did that. That was so just unbelievably creepy and weird. Told you guys I used to be weird. But anyway, so that's that. I did stuff like that all the time. There was this girl that I really liked in high school. I liked her for like 2 years. And let's change her name. Her name will be Krista. Okay. So Krista, she was like 2 years older than me, and I was like, I could never be with her. She, I'm a little kid, whatever. So I was 15, and she was 17. Anyway, but I still remember this. Her birthday was October 5th. I don't know why I remember that, but that was her birthday, and I knew like everything about her. It was really creepy. And like I only saw her at church. It's not like we hung out or anything. But I still remember all these things about her that I totally shouldn't know. Like her favorite color is yellow. Her favorite musician was John Mayer. I knew all that stuff. And so one day I was watching TV with my mom or something, and a commercial came on for the David Letterman show, and it said musical guest John Mayer, and I was like, oh, I wonder if Krista knows. So what do? I look in the church directory to get her home phone number, and I called her, and her mom answered, and of course, like I knew her mom or whatever. And I was just like, oh, hi, this is John. Is Krista there? And she was like, yeah, here, you know. And then she was like, hello. And I was like, it's John. You know, and I was like, did you know that John Mayer is going to be performing tonight on the David Letterman show? And actually, she was really nice. And there's a reason I liked her. She was really cool. She was like, oh my God, I totally forgot. Thank you very much for reminding me. That's very nice of you. You know, like, she didn't, like, if she thought it was creepy, she hid it very well. Because she was like, that was very nice, you know, like, it totally slipped my mind. And I was like, yeah, well, you know, I'm your hero or whatever, no big deal, you know. And then she came up to me at church next Sunday and were like, you totally saved me from missing that, thank you, you know. And I was just like, hey, you're talking to me. Anyway, but that's not the only time. Unfortunately, that's not the only time I called her on her home phone. And yes, she did have a cell phone, but I just didn't have it because I don't think she wanted to talk to me that much. But I did call her on her birthday, October 5th, and wish her a happy birthday on her home phone number. And of course, I had to go through her mom, like always. I was like, hey, is Krista there? Hey, happy birthday. Well, you know, like, this is some random stalker guy from church. Hello. Anyway, so yeah, and I could go on and on with creepy stories like that, but I think that 2 will suffice for now. Yeah, just I don't know. Looking back, it's like, why? Oh God, why did I do that? But thankfully, I'm not like that anymore. I kind of phased out of that once I started going to school. I was like, oh, people don't do that, you know. I realized a lot of things once I stopped being homeschooled and I started going to school. I was like, oh, normal people don't do these things that I always do, you know. So, but yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty smooth nowadays. Totally, I'm not. But, yeah. It's funny because, like, back then I was always like, oh, this girl is so pretty. Why would she ever talk to me? And now I'm like, nah, she's pretty. She's probably stupid. And I don't want to talk to her anyway. I don't know. Just like when I'm out at bars or whatever, there's always like these just women that are just, oh, they're not women, they're girls. And they're just like standing around in these ridiculous skirts and just, you know, like, they got a drink in their hand. I'm like, you know, like 5 years ago, I so would have just been like, you know, she's out of my league. Oh, and now it's just like, what do you do? What do you do in life? You know, and if like she came up and talked to me, I'd just be like, hey, what are you doing? Go away. Like, but you know, if like I was 16 and like a girl like that came up and talked to me, I would like jizz myself, or not literally, but you know. Just figuratively, I would get so excited. But, okay, well, that's enough for today. Tomorrow is Pet Peeve Tuesday, so get ready for a rant of some kind. I'm not really sure what yet. Okay, well, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. This is the 50th vlog, so it should have been something special, but it wasn't. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.